Hi!
I'm doing a Meosha.
Wake up, guys. Wake up.
Yeah, what she said.
How are you guys doing today?
Hi,
Happy
welcome
Thursday.
back.
Yeah.
Happy Thursday, that's right.
Yay.
Welcome to Tea Talks with
Meosha
and
Irina.
All right, so we got a good one for you today, guys.
Really good one.
So Meosha and I, the other day, were on the phone forever discussing attraction versus chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we had a lot of differences of opinion, let me just say that. I'm like, okay, we have to talk about this on our Tea Talks because we were firing up on all sorts of cylinders.
Yeah.
So, how do we even start the conversation? I don't remember.
Gosh, I think we just were talking about, there's lust, right? And then
Yes.
there's, that's the initial thing that happens for me. Like, that person's like, I'm lusting. It's not like love at first sight. It's no such thing as, I don't think there is
desire,
a thing.
the physical attraction.
Attraction, right.
Lust,
I think that's how
yeah.
it spiraled down from there.
Yeah, okay. We're just trying to find the point of where do we begin? Because we were all over the place.
We were all over the place. So, the difference, in your opinion, there is a difference.
I remember what it was.
Okay.
Because she was saying that once you're attracted to a person, that the attraction never goes away.
It doesn't.
And I was like, no. It can, because, and that's where it all started.
Yes, that's right. So, I was basically saying, okay, you want to...
No, go ahead.
I was basically saying that so there was this guy, I'll keep nameless, that I really was attracted to and I really was like into, and we were talking and all that good stuff, right?
Right.
So, we're not in that place anymore, but I still find him attractive. I'm not going to say he's ugly. Like, for me, that's what I mean, like...
That's not what I'm talking about, though.
Right. Now, is it possible to still fall in love or to fall back to that stage of what we had? I think it is possible. Just because we're not, unless we go back to that stage, because there are people that divorce and they get back together.
That's true.
They find that love, whatever that was, you know what I mean?
But so we were saying, basically my point is this. You can be attracted to a person initially because chemistry happens, right? That's a physical thing, right?
Right.
And then, before you get to know that person, you have your own image of what this person may be like, what he may act like, what he may talk like, what have you. You have your perfect image.
Right.
Then as soon as you engage with the person, you understand that your image and what they really are not one and the same.
Absolutely.
And then it can either build and grow.
True.
Or it can deteriorate.
Fizzle out, you're saying? Because of that?
Well, don't we all have certain expectations of what attractive means to us?
True.
Attractive is not just a physical appearance.
Right, but...
It's initial. That's the initial precursor.
I agree.
Right? Which is very powerful, strong, and
very important.
For me, very important. Must have. Do not engage in relationships without chemistry. It is a waste of time. At least for me. So, chemistry it's important. It's very exhilarating to have, and it stimulates you very much. But, so you get to know the person, and you can either get disappointed, and therefore some of your attraction starts to fizzle out.
True. Because of the expectation that you had going into it of this person. Like, oh, well, I thought this person was
Even
this.
if you went into it without the expectation.
Yeah, okay. True.
Even if you said, I'm not going to have any expectations.
But we all do.
Exactly. Whether you like it or not, you still have a certain level of expectations of anyone.
True.
If you have to come into a relationship with someone, you know what that relationship looks like for you.
True.
And they either fit that mold or they don't.
Very true.
So the more pros they build,
the better.
The better, because the attraction stays and it builds on and whatever.
100% agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I want to be clear. I'm not debating you on this one. I agree.
But you were saying that if once the attraction is there, it always is going to stay there. And I disagree.
I'm saying is if I'm around, we chose to maintain friendship, this guy, right?
Yes.
So there are times where when I feel like, oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
you still want to go there.
There are just times, not all the time, but I'm saying because when we hang out, or those moments, because not every time we hang out is something different, you know, it's different.
Right.
So maybe this day I'm feeling this way. And
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying.
Physically, you probably still could be,
right.
Yes, of course.
But there are other times I'm like, he's a good guy. What the heck? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then it's like the other part, then you know, the douchebag part comes out. You're just like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? It's true. But what I'm saying is I will always have a place in my heart for this person.
Now wait a minute.
I'm not saying
are we
I'm
talking
in
about
love.
A place in your heart or a physical attraction? Because those are not one and the same. No.
Okay, physical attraction, sure. There's gonna always be
because
a little
you can
bit
have
of
the friendship.
That's
a place in your heart.
The person's not gonna be, oh my God, ugly anymore. Like, oh, I don't like him.
I'm
he's
not
ugly.
talking about that.
I know. But I was saying.
Of course,
that.
they're not going to be ugly. But you're, in my opinion, maybe this is just me. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But when it comes to attraction, for me, it's not one-dimensional. True. Physical attraction is just a component.
It's just a part of it.
Of attraction.
Right.
You have to stimulate me physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, hopefully. You gotta fire me up on all sorts of cylinders. You know, it has to be a full package, or at least, 98%. I know, 98%. I demand a lot, but you should.
This is why you're married.
This is why I'm married. I think I should probably say this is why you're single.
Yeah, I know, right? I can't.
Oh,
too much. No, I'm kidding. This is great. This
is
good.
So when they don't, for example, if I have a relationship, let's take even my relationship currently with my husband, right?
Absolutely.
We have built a rapport and certain level of expectations from one another.
Absolutely.
And when we don't meet those expectations, we fall short, and we kind of think, oh, something is off.
Right.
Something is off. And so we come back to the table and we hash it out. It's like, hey, okay, so what's going on? Why are we not firing off on all cylinders? Let's figure it out and come back to surface on the same level so that we can continue the path together.
Absolutely.
Because nobody wants to lag. I mean, you're always going to have that. But anyway, that's just...
very true.
That's deeper into the relationship. We're talking about attraction versus chemistry.
Now, chemistry.
Chemistry may not ever go away. I agree with that.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's kind of like...
Although...
Ivy.
I have to say, when you're unhappy... Because sometimes it starts with chemistry.
Okay.
And chemistry is like the driving force of the relationship. But then when you've been with a person long enough and you understand them on a deeper level other than just physically, obviously, right? You start to see them for who they really are.
Absolutely.
And that sometimes it's disappointing enough to where your chemistry towards them fizzles out because you're so unattracted to them anymore in all of the other areas.
Okay. Yeah.
So it is possible.
It's possible.
That chemistry maybe it doesn't go away, but it
it fizzles out. It doesn't.
It's
fizzle,
not as maybe it's like not fizzles out, but like
it
masked. It's masked by the disappointment, so
right.
Therefore it's not as it doesn't evoke as strong of a reaction.
Absolutely. You. Okay.
Can
I got
agree
you.
on that?
I agree with you.
All right.
I agree with you guys.
We're getting
Finally.
somewhere.
I'm joking. I know.
I heard
she just
her, and then I feel bad.
Abuse me on the show, as you can clearly see.
I am tempering her like a glass, so that she can be stronger. She just doesn't understand.
Help. So yeah, I agree with
She
that.
keeps
though.
coming back.
We have a show. I gotta come back.
Touche. You see? Tempered her well enough that she keeps coming back for more.
God, just gotta get the last word. You win. You win.
All right,
it.
talk.
So
I'll drink.
I agree. I agree with that. Chemistry can. I'm not saying it's for me. In my cases, I can look back in my life where people that I would talk like that I was involved with. If I go now, some people like my ex-boyfriend, I'm pretty sure that I would not go there.
So why not?
Because I'll tell you why. It goes back what you just said with the disappointments, right? They don't meet your expectations of what you thought it was. Secondly, he broke my heart. Maybe I did in some parts. I'm not gonna just blame him. It probably was me too, because I was all about myself, a little self-absorbed in my life and my career, so that happens. But yeah, for me, I felt like there were things that led up to that I couldn't take anymore, and obviously I guess we just kind of fell out of love, but I have love for him still. Like, it's not going to go away. Like, I love him still. He will always be a part of me going forward in my life.
But that's why I said part of your heart and attraction is they don't necessarily, it's not one and the same.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I have love for my mother. Does not mean I want her. Thank God.
Oh, God.
Right? So let's not confuse the two. Okay, lovers, fine. We're going to focus on lovers.
Lovers, for God's sake.
You can have
Hope not.
You can have a part of them in your heart, but not necessarily, like you just said, not necessarily have the attraction towards them anymore.
Right, but I still find certain people that I used to talk to attractive.
Of course.
Like, oh,
they still got
you know what I'm saying? But obviously,
yeah,
I'm not going to go there.
That's a whole other subject.
But that's what I was saying, is that the attraction can sometimes still be there, right?
Yeah. But also, the people you are finding attractive, it's probably because they really haven't affected you emotionally in a way that, for you to lose that, correct?
Maybe.
I mean, if you think about it. Like, why do we not want to go back there? Why do we not want to go there? There's always a reason.
Well, when someone breaks your heart, you don't go back.
Emotional,
yeah.
Scar.
Of course.
Does it mask it? Does it mask it? It still does, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could still want a person physically. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little more... For me, that's just not enough.
Right. Obviously. But it's, Yeah. And there's a lot of rich men, right? That get with a lot of... It seems like it's like, older rich men and get with like young girls, because it's do you really think that's love? And they marry each other. It's like, what is that about? Why is that
mutual understanding?
Oh, maybe that's just what it is. But maybe because I think for men, it's
I'm
little
sure
different.
there are.
I think men look at it as more, obviously, attraction is it's up there for them. Love comes later because men think with their, sorry guys, I don't know.
Physicalities.
Right? Am I right? Kind of? Let me know what you think.
Men are more physically oriented.
Right.
Maybe. But it does not mean it's less important to them. Well, depends on, yeah. Okay. We're not talking about men versus women. Let's not go there.
All right, ladies,
that's another subject. That's another. But I mean, no, I agree. Mm-hmm. I agree. It is, for a man, I think physical is very important. I think a woman is going to have more concessions, be able to make more concessions when it comes to accepting a man's physicality.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
For the most part, just if we're talking about men versus women.
Yeah.
Because women think more in terms of long-term well-being,
Mm-hmm.
which, sometimes they'll take peace of mind and well-being and stability over the physical attraction because they feel like they can grow that, they can build around that.
Yeah.
I know women who have done that.
Yeah. Really?
So it is making concessions. It's still, in my opinion, settling.
Yes, it is.
But if, to each his own, if that makes you happy and that you find that other qualities in that person satisfy you enough to where you can overlook the physical part of it,
Then
then hey.
Yeah.
Because I guess maybe not everybody is physically driven as maybe you and I. So, everybody's got different priorities.
Yes. Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
For someone, for the one whose priority is very much sex, let's be honest, that's going to be important.
Well, yeah, I mean, for sure. But at the end of the day, like you said, it's that if that's something that's really important to you, obviously you're going to make sure that's going to be there. But I feel like if you like a person, you can build off that, right? Like if
Yeah.
because
Not always, though.
Really,
Not always.
really,
Really. Been there, done it.
really.
I know better. Not to do it again. But like, even for example, my daughter,
Okay.
in her dating world right now,
Yeah.
she's like, oh, there's this guy and he likes me and I like him. I'm like, my first question is there chemistry? And if the answer is no, I'm like,
Then-
don't waste each other's
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Don't, because then you're just leading each other on,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to come to the same consensus anyway, one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, one may have more, chemistry towards the other,
Right.
but if you're not both there, I feel it's unfair to let that person be strung along.
True.
So she's smart enough to recognize it and, stop before it starts and develops. And just time is very important,
Time.
right?
Time is very.
And I feel that that's considering other person's feelings more so
yes.
than lying to themselves and you that there's a potential, especially when you're that young.
Yeah. No. When you're young, it's different. I think it's take your time.
I think it's important to understand your feelings,
Yeah.
to be honest with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to communicate that to the other person.
Absolutely. 100%.
Because that's when I think that's how, because we are going to decipher and we're going to go through a lot of people to find that right one for us.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you do that?
Sometimes you go through a lot of people. Some people don't.
Some people don't.
Some people go one time and
they,
that's their partner
Yeah.
for life. Like,
but if you
it's
are one of
amazing.
those who goes through a process of elimination, that's what it is.
Process of elimination. I
That's
love it.
what it is.
No, yeah.
Process of elimination.
Absolutely. I
So
agree.
the earlier in your relationship you can identify that this is not it, the better it is for you, because then you're just going through the process of elimination a
Right.
little quicker.
Okay, yeah.
But if you found that right one,
Then more power to you. That's
Hey.
pretty amazing.
half the work is done.
Yeah.
All of the work is done,
pretty much.
basically.
Like, I think some people kind of like just know, like, well, not just know. I've heard so many cases of people like they meet someone, they're like, oh, that I knew that person was like my other half for life. Like, I'm done looking. And then I hear, I had no idea, and it would just kind of.
Yeah, sometimes it's
Happens.
a few years later they come back together.
Yeah. It's really interesting. Life, love and attraction and all that stuff it's wild, huh?
It's a fun
taboo.
subject. It's a fun subject
It's
for
taboo.
sure. I gotta tell you though, those people who, like we're talking about, who find each other right off the bat, like high school sweethearts or whatever,
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past them if they're wondering, well, what if? Because they didn't have that experience.
Some people, I believe, feel that way. And
Yeah.
then there's some that never question it.
That's interesting.
That's just their personality. Because not everybody is wired,
The same.
So everybody has different. Yeah, it's quite interesting, huh?
Yeah, we can only speak from our perspectives, obviously. We just think that our perspectives are way cool.
That's what she said. I didn't say anything.
See how she's throwing me under the bus? And we're supposedly doing a show together, And then you wonder why I do this to her?
Ow. My God.
See?
Help.
She'll learn.
Seriously, guys. Help me.
Help. Drink your tea.
I'm done.
So anyway,
Um,
you want some more?
No, I'm good, thank you. But yeah, that's kind of how we feel about it, you know? And you know, I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me? Yes. Or you agree with, you know, this one? I'm kidding.
I'm just gonna sit quietly because I know where I stand. But help. Help.
I'm joking. I like to give her a hard time. We can let's make a thumbnail, like we're just versus.
Oh yeah. Me? Thumbnail?
For the so that's the thumbnail, guys. That.
Take two. Come on.
I can't. Yeah. So no, thank you guys for watching. This has been this is a great topic. I mean, we could talk about this for hours, honestly, but
we'll go continue that off camera.
With,
maybe she'll have a couple of bruises.
Oh, oh, please.
Let us know, what you think. We'd love to hear from you. But until then, remember, the better it gets, the better it gets. We will see you guys next time. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.